We're back, and we are currently taking some time out to explore Chalice Dungeons in our minimum requirements playthrough. We are... we just finished Layer 3. So now we can do a Hintertomb Chalice, which requires the use of a Bloodshot Eyeball, which the Witches of Hemwick were taking, and all of the enemies in Hemwick were dropping us Triangle Blood Gems, and all of the enemies in the Hintertomb Chalice will drop you Triangle Blood Gems, except there's always like a 1% chance. There's always like a 1% chance that the gem drops out of shape. And so, like, in a Hintertomb, you should always get a triangle, where there's like a 1% chance that it drops as a waning or a radial instead. We're missing a dungeon though. Did we leave a boss behind? Maybe we left a boss behind. Does this go to layer? Oh, we just started layer 3. I'm an idiot. I'm a dummy. Of course we left a boss behind. Ewan, hello. Yeah, we melted Cleric Beast. It was pretty funny. Cleric Beast would have been a good enemy to put in Chalice Dungeons. I wish they had done that. Alright, now if I'm not mistaken, when you see that big gold door, it's like a... this is called a bonus room. And if I'm not mistaken, this room connects to that room. It's all one room. We'll check. I never remember what anything is in a Chalice dungeon. But in these early Chalice dungeons, it's important that you explore, because there's a lot of stuff that's required for other dungeons. Like, you know, if you don't explore, you're not gonna get that Hintertomb Chalice. You're not gonna get the you're not gonna get the Arcane Haze Extractor. And, like, you need that, you know? Uh-oh. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. That's some of my bench. I cannot believe he got me with that. Cannot believe that. Hey, what's up, Valonis? And 2x, thank you. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying it. Bloodborne did a thing that ruled, where when you died, an enemy that walks over your bloodstain can pick it up. And I love that. It's a very small thing, but it rules. If I could mod Bloodborne, like if Bloodborne was on PC and I knew anything about how to mod a game, I would make a mod that spawned a one of the bell ringers. Anytime you died, it would spawn a bell ringer near your bloodstain, and if an enemy picked up your bloodstain, like make their AI target location the bellkeeper, and if the enemy with your bloodstain makes it to the bellkeeper, let her level the enemy up and turn the boss, turn this garbage enemy into like a mini boss. That would be the coolest shit in the world. What's your favorite faction in this game? They're all pretty evil. They're all pretty evil. I'm not sure I want to pick a favorite. I guess I'll pick the Sweeties is my favorite. The Sweeties are my favorite faction in Bloodborne. The Sweeties are the research hall patients who want to like listen to the birds and talk about the ocean, and the doll. Oh yeah, and the Chapel Dweller. This is Thutato, chat. It's a potato-like Fumarian, and if you bury it, you know how potatoes grow those little root systems, and we call them eyes. If you bury Thutato's head, it grows eyes for you, which is pretty cool. You can wave at Thutato, or you can do a little prayer. If you do a little prayer to Thutato, do I have prayer? There it is. If you do a little prayer, he'll bless you with good RNG, and you'll get better drops in Chalice dungeons. Thutato bless. Thutato bless. Also, we can do this now. Oh wait, there it is. Yes. Hang on a second. Bear always looks sad. He knows if he looks sad, you'll give him a treat. He's developed... It's a, It's some sort of... You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Yeah. It's like he knows if he knows if he looks like that, you'll be like, "Oh, sweet boy," and you'll give him a bacon strip, bacon strip, whatever. Any good names for an ex-doctor, rapid poison, serial killer build? I mean, honestly, the way Bloodborne's lore works, like, that's... You don't even have to be an ex-doctor for that. That's literally what the doctors do. They're all evil. You could be like Yasefka's receptionist. Or like anesthetician Andrew. That's bullets. We can't pick them up. I guess since I've bought so many bullets, I can be pretty generous with the R2s. Okay. I'm very confused. However, like I said, I'm 99% sure these two doors connect to each other. So, we'll just open the door over there and see where it takes us. It's gonna take us to the exact same place, I know it. Yay. What's up? Yeah. Sage's Wrist. So, the ritual blood is a material used in a holy chalice ritual. One of the basic ingredients used to satiate a holy chalice is the incoagulable blood. When all is melted in blood, all is reborn. And we're finding this tomb mold, which is mold that grows from rotten flesh and blood inside the old labyrinth, matures to bear giant spores. And we kind of saw this, if you'll remember. We saw this underneath the Forbidden Woods leading to Yasefka's clinic. But that'll be like Tomb Mold 3 or 4, which we don't have yet. But you can start to see the spores kind of grow. Same with the blood. Like, you start to see the face in the blood, you know, the higher potency the blood is. And then the cold blood flower buds, those turn into blossoming cold blood as we go through and see the items. And then these things are just like extra ingredients that you can use to make dungeons harder. They're called offerings, and they make curses. So, The sage's wrist is a body part of a saint sacrificed by the healing church in their search for the truth. The additional rite, fetid offering, invigorates the watchers, making them more treacherous than normal, but also making them worthy prey for a special hunt, and they start to drop, like, better stuff. Proioxis, hello. So yeah, that... Uh-oh. That, Lord... Those two rooms did connect, like I suspected. I don't guess I suspected it, I guess I just remembered it. If you're doing the, if you're doing these chalice dungeons, man, like, it is a great way to get, a lot of... Okay, there's like a conversation going on behind me. Hang on. Alright, sorry. It sounded like everybody was, like, in my head talking. Anyway, if you're doing these chalice dungeons, it's a really cool place to get, like, materials. Like, upgrade materials for weapons and stuff. Oh my lord, this army of dudes. If you want to try out different weapons early game, like, running the chalice dungeon and picking up a bunch of bloodstone shards and twin bloodstone shards so that you can, upgrade, you know, 4 or 5 different types of weapons to play around with and see what you like. It's great. Ow. I know a lot of folks don't like the chalice dungeons. They feel grindy or whatever, but, like, I love these things, man. I love it. I wish they'd, like, do more with this. The idea of, like, never-ending PvE is so obviously a yup. And then people are like, yeah, but they don't have the cool level design that From Software is known for. And that's true, but, like, in my opinion, From Software hasn't done From Software level design since Dark Souls 1. So who cares? Dark Souls 1 came out and everybody was like, how cool is it that they made a game that all the levels are connected to each other? Oh wow, this is mind-altering. And we were all like, yeah, this rules. And then they just never did it again. Yeah, like Sekiro with Chalice Dungeons. That would be dope. So we can summon Prospector Olek here. And we were talking about this the other day. For every Chalice Dungeon headstone, there is one NPC hunter that you can summon to help you. And I was like, I wonder if that is I was thinking about, like, if each one of the headstones represented the hunters that had, you know, been hunters of the dream. Because the doll says that. She says that the headstones are markers for hunters of the dream. And then that got me thinking about, like, the moon presence, like, steadily choosing hunters of the dream for different things. Not always going after Murgo, but, you know, for other things. Maybe the moon presence opening up, you know, grabbing a hunter and making that hunter do chalice dungeons. Making one hunter just get to the frontier. Making one hunter open a nightmare. making one hunter who unlocks the Lauren Chalice dungeons. And each of the headstones represents like a mission complete sort of thing for the hunters. And Draco pointed out that, as it turns out, yeah, there's a hunter for every Chalice dungeon headstone. There's one Chalice, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's one NPC for each of the headstones. And then, like, last night I was thinking about it, and, like, of course there is. Those hunters are using old hunter bells. And where do you get your old hunter bell? In the dream. So yes, of course. Of course that's the answer. Those are all hunters of the dream. Every one of those hunters was a hunter of the dream. Now what's interesting though is Eileen. You can't summon Eileen anywhere, can you? You can't summon Eileen anywhere. But Eileen is a hunter of the dream. Why can't I summon Eileen? Imagine if you could summon Eileen to help you fight a boss one time. That'd be dope. Your recent Faith Build Dry Finger run has inspired me to make a new Faith Build Invader. What is the thought process you used for choosing between giving a weapon the Blessed or Lightning Infusion? I always default to Lightning, and was surprised to see many of your weapons Blessed. Anything with good thrust damage, Blessed. And Blessed infusions in Dark Souls 3 aren't, like, they don't cap as hard at 40 Faith as Lightning does. Like, Lightning caps pretty hard at 40 Faith, and Blessed doesn't. And I knew I was going up to like 55 Faith. But honestly, you could use whatever. You could use Lightning on all that stuff. This dude sucks. This is like the worst boss. I hate this guy. This dude's so trash. And like, he's not bad. Like, here in this room, he's not so bad. In the Defiled dungeon, they put him in a room full of pillars, and he can throw his shotl through the pillars in the most annoying spectacle of all time. I absolutely hate him. He's just garbage. Like, this is the worst Bloodborne boss there is. And the fact that when you fight him, he's constantly like, he's so annoying. He's so annoying. I hate this dude. Alright, but let's get in there and let's fight him. He's not so bad here. You know, we're not defiled, and he's not super strong. He's not cursed. He is cursed, but he's not mechanically cursed. Basically, we're gonna fight him like we fight, like we fight, Logarius. We're gonna use parries, but we don't have, again, we don't have the skill to be taking viscerals. They would be pointless for us. So we're gonna follow up our viscerals with regular attacks. Now, God, hang on. Hang on. I'm just gonna let him kill me because I'm needed. Alright, sorry chat. My apologies. Miss Saint had minor back surgery, and she's like laid up at the house, like recovering, and she's at that point where she's like starting to go crazy because she can't, you know what I mean? Like she can't like get out and do stuff. She just has to be in the house, and so she's Just, you know, doing stuff. Just doing stuff. Anyway, we're gonna fight this guy now. This is the Thumerian Elder. He sucks ass. We're gonna go for parries. He has one attack that's like super easy to parry. He charges up his attack before he does it. That attack right there, this one. That attack right there, 1, 2, 3 maybe, 4, 5 maybe, maybe 1, maybe 2. It's a pain in the ass to try and parry that. If you stay close enough to him, he'll follow up. I didn't mean to take that visceral. I just wanted to do a regular attack. The trick is to not get too far away, because then he'll throw his stupid shotl at you. And that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. I hate this guy. When he buffs right here, and he, like at the halfway mark, he goes into phase 2, and he pulls his shotl in 2, and he makes 2 shotls instead of 1. When he does that, that's like a free backstab. That's a free backstab. But then after that, he's an absolute nightmare to fight. Just absolute nightmare after that. Everything becomes much worse. God, I hate that guy. But he's dead now, and that's all that matters. Hey, what's up, Stochastic? Okay, so that got us a new Chalice dungeon, the lower Thumeru Chalice. So as you can see, we're working our way down. Thumeru Chalice, Central Thumeru Chalice, Lower Thumeru Chalice. So we're going down, and that, you know, obviously, every time you kill a boss, you get on an elevator, and the elevator goes down. So, like, we keep making our way down. We've got enough Ritual Blood 3 to make this. This one is full of garbage bosses that I hate, but, you know, that's part of it. We can also make the Hintertombs now, which are essentially pointless, but, you know, maybe we find a cool triangle blood gem. Who knows? So we'll try. We'll make a Hintertomb. Also, you'll notice that, like, as we are making new dungeons, like Thumeru Chalice 1, and if we go to the display, that's not the display. If we go to the controls, controls, help, R3, there we go. That symbol right there represents depth. So that's the depth of the labyrinth unlocked by the Chalice Ritual. The higher the number, the deeper the dungeon. The deeper the dungeon, the harder the dungeon, right? So this is a depth 1, and it's a, you know, it's an area, it's Thumeru. So, like, you've got depth 1, depth 2 is harder, depth 3 is harder. The way it's put in the game is, like, depth 1 is, like, base game, early game. Depth 2 is, like, you know, early game. Depth 3 is, like, mid-game. Depth 4 is end game. And then depth 5 is harder than anything that we put in the game. Depth 5 represents, like, harder than any part of the base game. So anyway, we can do, as we beat depth 1, the enemies are dropping us depth 1 Ritual Blood, parenthesis 1. And as we get lower in this dungeon, we beat the first boss, we beat the second boss. After we beat that second boss, the enemies start dropping us Ritual Blood 2. And then that goes on. The enemies at the end of this dungeon start dropping us Ritual Blood 3, right? And the depth is equal to the Ritual Blood necessary. So, like, Ritual Blood 3 is, like, you know, mid-game. And then Ritual Blood 4 is, like, late game. Hurrah with the gift sub to I Am Comedy. Enjoy your emotes. And thank you, Hurrah. Fallout Savannah, hello and welcome. My least favorite Chalice fight might be Max offering Headless Bloodletting Beast. I love Headless Bloodletting Beast. I love him. I don't know how people don't love him. He's great. I was on PS5, Hurrah, for the Dratfinger run. The run's already finished though. Like we finished that run on like April 3rd. It's like it's just now getting uploaded to YouTube. Oh yeah, I wanted to read the Hintertomb Chalice lore. A chalice that breaks a labyrinth seal. Hintertombs are the peripheral catacombs of the old underground labyrinth. To this day, the Watchers continue to expand the Hintertombs, unceremonious catacombs filled with graves and death. And we got the Thumeru Lower Chalice. The old labyrinth was carved out by Thumerians, superhuman beings that are said to have unlocked the wisdom of the Eldritch Truth. Alright, so we can now do Hintertomb, and we'll go ahead and make this Lower Thumeru Chalice as well. These Chalice dungeons that I'm making, Thumeru Chalice, Central Thumeru Chalice, Lower Thumeru Chalice, Hintertomb, Ailing Loren, these are all fixed dungeons, meaning the game made these on purpose. They will be the same every time you ever play them. Root chalices are the ones that are procedurally, or not procedurally, they're randomly-ish generated. If you make a root chalice, it will be different from, you know, other root chalices. So, like, when you beat the Thumeru chalice, you can now make your own Thumeru chalice that's random. When you beat the Central Thumeru chalice, you can now make your own Central Thumeru root chalice, and it'll be different. It'll have the same bosses in it, and it'll be the same difficulty. But you now have the opportunity to add a fetid offering. So those Sage's Wrists we found, we can put those in there. Now, this Central Thumeru root chalice is harder than this chalice. And we'll get better drops, but not like, oh my god, incredible drops. We're not going to get anything like that. It's just slightly better. But when you start doing that with Depth 5 dungeons, Cursed Loren, Cursed Thumeru Ill, Cursed Is, when you start doing those, that's when the drops get, like, insane. Did we go into the Hintertomb, or did we go into the... Did we go into the Loren? Or not Loren, Thumeru. Okay, this kind of looks like Hintertomb. I don't know. I forgot which one I went into. Hey, what's up, man? The Hintertomb is full of, like, snakes and rats. Very reminiscent of what happened to the Forbidden Woods. Scorpions, gross poisonous monsters. These are the rooms, by the way, I was talking about where you can find a whale carcass, is these types of rooms, where there's just blood everywhere, and bodies piled on top. Yeah, Bloodletting Beast is, like, you can get, like, you can stick to his leg if you want to, and just beat the hell out of his leg, and break his leg, and then get that serrated damage bonus, and focus.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where are laundry baskets?
I'm not sure. They should be up here somewhere.
Okay.
But I don't know why, like, that tactic never really, like, called out to me. I like kind of fighting him at enough range where, like, I can hit his where his head should be, his front part. I like to do it that way. It makes it easier to see what he's doing, and that makes it easier to dodge him. I don't know why I was expecting this witch to, like, throw spells at me. I was freaking out that witch was gonna, like, hurl a fireball at me or something. Oh! We finally get to fight one of these things! Marilyn Manson. Early 90s. Or, no, late 90s. Mid-90s. The Beautiful People music video. Weird, twitchy, screamy, lanky, crazy, wild. I love those things. Yeah, they're super creepy. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Where there are, like, bosses that you just don't click with. Like, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. It's a matter of, like, trying to unteach yourself. Like, the problem is, like, you've developed all these bad habits, and all of your bad habits have, like, turned into a knot. And, like, you have to unravel the knot of all your bad habits to get this boss to click. And it's just, like, it never feels like it's worth it. This boss sucks. One, you know, it's just the stupid pig. He's back. But now he has a charge attack. He has a charge attack that can, like, one-shot us. We can hang out near his butt. God damn it. We can hang out near his butt and just backstab him to death. You can also parry... You can parry his little flop attack there. Like, I was trying to show off that you can parry his little flop attack. So if you've got like a lot of skill, if your visceral does a lot of damage, you know, and you can just shoot him and parry him or whatever. All of the pigs will let you, like, backstab chain them to death. This pig also will let you do it, but he has a kick where he's like, "Ree, kick, ree." The hardest part of this fight is just surviving the initial run to. If you can survive that, you're usually pretty good. Yeah, there's his kick. Now his kick doesn't have like unlimited range, you know? So you can like just back away from him and space the kick and then get another R2. And this dude drops, like, the worst gem. It's like, attacks, you get stamina back faster. Like, your attacks don't use as much stamina. Reduce stamina 3.7%, add physical 5.4. I don't guess it's, like, the worst gem, but, like, man, who wants that? Can anybody in chat remind me... Wait, what the hell? Can anybody in chat remind me, is there anything in the bonus rooms of the Hintertombs that, like, I need to be on the lookout for? I feel like this is where the Beast Claws are at, but I don't remember exactly. Obviously, I should explore, you know, but, like, if there's not... If there's not something that's, like, just an absolute must, and I skip over it, I won't feel bad, you know? Can you get the Revion pig as a Chalice boss, or just the normal-looking ones? Yeah, just the normal ones. The Nightmare pigs only appear in the Nightmare. The one with a million eyes. Beast Claws aren't here. Okay. Do you think Tanimura had to shove that pig anus all the way through the development process to make sure it made it to production? I mean, let's, you know, that's not on our boy. That's not on Tanimura. That's a Miyazaki thing. Miyazaki has had us stabbing pigs in the butt since Dark Souls 1. You know, Miyazaki famously didn't work on Dark Souls 2, and there's no pig butts. Now you can parry the boars in Dark Souls 2, but you can't interact with their buttholes. That's a Miyazaki only. This stupid ghost can, like, teleport around, but then what she does is she ends up, like, accidentally teleporting herself down here off of the ledge, and then she has to climb the ladder back up. It's like, you're a ghost! Why are you climbing a ladder, you idiot? Oh, Jesus. Her knife will frenzy you. She can drop the red Tearstone Ring blood gems, where you get, like, if you're close to death, your damage gets crazy good. And you can't rally off of her. Interesting. She doesn't have blood, so there's no rally mechanic, you know. Which is funny, because you do get rally off of the ghosts in Canehurst. What's the lore there, huh? There's a whale carcass. That's a whale carcass, chat. That's what whale bones look like. Okay. So we can fight a giant in this pit. Just a random giant just hanging out, and it's cool. Now, this one has the cannon, and the cannon giant will like point blank shoot you with a cannon, which sucks. So like you want to avoid that, but other than that, it's pretty much just like avoiding his axe. Sometimes there's two giants. If there's two giants, you can make them shoot each other, but they can't self-harm themselves with their own cannons. He'll have a zit, a pimple to pop somewhere, and since he's not a boss, he doesn't have that insane health. We can pop it ASAP. We just gotta find it. Look at that point blank nonsense. A bloodstone shard. A single, solitary, one, uno, bloodstone shard. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's like a madman down here. Yep. So in Chalice dungeons, the Wandering Madness enemies that drop upgrade materials, in Chalice dungeons instead, they just drop blood gems. They're never great, but like they're probably, you know, it's possible that they're better than what you have. So like, you know, it's worth to get. Alright. The guy with the pickaxe will probably leave us alone. We just gotta not die here. Yeah, look at him. What a nice guy. Okay, so our first boss in the Hintertomb was a pig. I don't remember what the second boss in the Hintertombs is. I suspect maybe giants might make a reappearance as bosses in the Hintertombs. I always forget. Oh yeah, we get to fight the Forgotten Madman and his homie. Which before the DLC came out, a lot of people speculated that the Forgotten Madman was Ludwig, and his one of his apprentices. He uses Ludwig's holy blade. He buffs it with the empty phantasm shell and gives it that Moonlight greatsword glow. And then halfway through the fight, his homie with a Kirkhammer jumps in. Fun, useless trivia for Forgotten Madman. If you use a Shaman Bone Blade and one of them kills the other, the surviving one will do the scripted gesture. It's hilarious. That is hilarious. This man's back for revenge, chat. So, his little pimple is on his chest there. The axe dude is exactly the same as the chain dude in terms of moveset. That attack right there, you can bait out like multiples of it. And as long as you stay close to him, you can bait him out to do it over and over again, and you can punish it like every time. He also has the spin around move that the chain guy has. Just this dude doesn't have chains on him. So it's less dangerous. That got us a Hintertomb, Root Chalice, and an Adept Damp Blood Gem. The Adept Triangle, this again, it can be a thrust or it could be a blunt. It is a thrust that adds physical attack. So, like, if we really, really wanted to be, like, you know, whatever, we could get all thrust gems for this Moonlight sword. And we could use only R2s on, like, the Orphan of Kos. That would probably be like a pretty good strategy, honestly. All right. I wish I could remember, like, how to get around these places quickly and easily, you know? But, like, who can remember all these layouts? Not me. The Hintertomb's a cool place to get some early, like, poison gems, I guess, if you wanted to make some, like, if you wanted a weapon with poison gems but you didn't want it to be, like, super OP, or you were making a weapon and you wanted it to have poison gems, but you know, you didn't want to go like super deep into the game to get them, this would be the place to do it. I use Stochastic taught me like the babysitters in Murgo's Loft, the ones that have like an axe and a chain whip. Those that was slick. That was slick. That was so cool. The enemies in Murgo's Loft that use like an axe and a chain whip, they can drop rapid poison gems that are like that add 10 rapid poison to your attack, and you can get like 3 of them. Well, you can get 2 radials, and then there's 1 triangle that you can pick up beneath Yusefka's clinic. It is a dirty blood gemstone 9.6, which rounds up to 10. So you can have a rapid poison of 30 on your saw cleaver and just beat the hell out of the living failures with a poisoned saw cleaver, and they just melt. They just melt. I don't know what you would do with like a slow poison. I don't know what you would do with that, but if you wanted it for some reason, this would be a cool place to do it, I guess. Jesus, why is everything happening today? Alright, sorry, chat. Oh, be quiet, Sophie. Where the hell are we, anyway? We're just in some random bonus area. Hey! There's a tempering triangle. Maybe it's decent. It's probably not. Physical attack up 7.3. So no, it's not. Not great. Well, for us, we grabbed a 9.1% nourishing underneath Yusefka's clinic, and that's really good for the Moonlight. It would also be good for like a Tonitrus. But you know, maybe if you weren't using a split damage weapon, maybe that. Oh, we killed somebody with a critical attack, and so it spawns these things here now. These things come hang out. Yeah, I forgot about that. Where the hell is the door? So if you've ever been like walking through a dungeon and then all, you know, like a tick monster appears and you're like, where did that come from? They appear anytime you do a critical attack to an enemy and kill it. It's like they show up because of all the blood. Okay. Now we're back where we're supposed to be. That's the wrong way. This is the right way. We did it. Now it's time to fight the boss. What's the boss? Who knows? Let's see. Oh, shit. It's blood-starved. But we're in a poison pool. Honestly, it doesn't change much. We're still going to walk to its left. And go for backstabs. And we don't want it to phase through walls, right? I'm gonna go for the hot pocket. This is the hot pocket tech, chat. We're gonna do a fully charged R2 into a flame sprayer. Ah! Fully charged R2 into the flame sprayer into the backstab. It's called the hot pocket. Oh yeah, baby! It's the hot pocket! So that gets us the lower Hintertomb and a new blood gem for our firearms. What are you gonna pick? Hot pockets! So yeah, now we have better blood gems for our gun. I'm still gonna keep the regen gem in the shotgun, just so we have something that can regen, you know? Also, that got us access to the lower Hintertomb chalice, which we need 6 bloodshot eyeballs for. We should have close to that amount. We have 4. We might be able to buy bloodshot eyeballs. We can! Also, we can now buy shaman bone blades. A blade of bone coated with gruesome spinal fluid, used by old labyrinth watchers, in particular those presiding over rituals. When a victim is cut by this blade, the green spinal fluid temporarily numbs the senses, disturbing the target's gross motor skills. The blade, never intended for battle, must cut deep to be effective, and breaks. This is one of my favorite frickin' items in Bloodborne, baby. I love them. I love shaman bone blades. Hey, what's up, Nap? I love that new Nap hot dog martini emote. It's so good. Also disgusting. All right. We were kind of burning through these chalice dungeons, which is nice. And I'm enjoying burning through these chalice dungeons. I think let's do Lower Thumeru. Let's burn through that one. If I'm not mistaken, the bosses in Lower Thumeru are bad. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure.